Hey everyone, this podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts like Tom and Jeff Watch Batman by heading over to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
Hypecast mit Thor Ragnarok und David Bell.
Like that's why I'm a couple of minutes late. I had to move to like a different room in the house just because in my office the internet has just been dog shit all day, and
that's balls.
I am 30 feet away from our router, and it's still like dog shit internet.
I genuinely enjoy the idea that your microphone is plugged into your router, like, and the router is like coughing. Like, it's just your router is fucking sick. I love it.
Yeah. Did you ever end up getting a new router? Did that help anything?
Oh, yeah, Tom. They put a fucking luxury suite in here, baby. Like, I got pools of internet. I'm just like I'm fucking lousy with internet. I'm soaked.
You're dripping.
Oh,
dripping with internet.
Just soaked in internet.
What router did you get? Because I need to buy one that's not the default one that Spectrum gives you.
Tom, I'm gonna teach you a little bit of producing right now. This is what I did, and I'm not kidding. I was like, hey, why doesn't your router work? And I kept calling him until finally I got a hold of a guy who was like, look. Like, please don't call anymore. Here's the deal. We know they don't work. We got like a good one that does work. We'll like install it. Just please stop calling. Because like basically I just like I
and like don't tell anybody.
Yeah,
like,
don't
on a
tell
podcast.
anybody this stuff, right? Yeah, and I was like, yeah, you got it, sir. You got it. Blood oath, right? Took a blood oath, and they installed a much better router. And I'm not kidding. That's really what I did, Tom. And I wasn't being like terrible. I just kept calling because it's like, hey, this is not acceptable. I need the internet all day for all of my jobs, my many jobs. You know, I live in Los Angeles, so you know I got 2 jobs at least.
10 jobs.
Yeah. So get me better internet, please. Spectrum. And finally some guy was like, we got you, just please don't say anything. And I have honored that agreement.
Yeah
That's what I did. Is that helping, Tom? I hope maybe
a little bit. I don't know how we'll see how helpful that is for me. I may just buy one.
Well, you're in a different area, right? Yeah. It's only like $20 or whatever for a router, right? It's like, or $50.
Well, I mean, not if you want like a good one, but I don't know how good of a one I need because I don't know exactly how bad this router is. I don't know if this is baseline or if it's like worse than normal routers.
Yeah,
right.
Or if you need one of those.
But it's like we can't get a signal in the back of the fucking house, and it's like 2 rooms away from where the router is.
Oh, let me also add, Tom, and I got, and maybe, you know, if this stays in the podcast, your audience can know about this. I got like one of these little transmitters for my bedroom that just enhances your broadband signal so that like I wasn't getting interference between my different rooms because I don't know if they lined my walls with lead or something. If I get cancer of the eye in 10 seconds, you'll know. But like, I could not get signal to work between walls in my building, and then I just got like an enhancer, and it worked. And they're not an expensive tool.
All right.
Yeah, they're like, you plug it in, it gives you basically like an extended network. Like, so you log into your extended Wi-Fi network, which is where I am right now. It's why you're not hearing that booming echo.
All right. Also,
it's
been 10 seconds, so no cancer of the eye.
Yeah, so it's not even lead. Lead's not even my problem, Tom. So anyway, honestly, it's a cheap, fast solution.
I'll try it out. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
I enjoy your cautious optimism, Tom.
It's the only kind of optimism I have room for.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
If I let in too much, it might disappoint me.
Yeah.
Yep.
I run the risk of being
You might
let
OD
down.
on optimism. Yeah. This is the podcast, right? We're leaving all this in.
I don't give a shit.
I think we should leave this all in.
Sure, just internet tips.
internet tips
Yeah.
with the boys.
For how absolute trash
Just
my internet
the
is.
Just the tip with the boys. That's what we call ourselves.
Yep.
Just
We're
the tips.
We're inching toward wearing coveralls for a living.
Yeah.
Right? Inching toward
Always.
it. Yeah. Like themed
nothing
coveralls.
else.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I'd have done that.
Yeah. Yeah. We could have all mixed and matched our faces on the front of the coveralls. Like maybe I got
Fuck
Tom's.
yeah.
Dave's got
wearing each other's faces
yeah,
on coveralls.
Dave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's some
Like
ideas.
these, like bright orange coveralls.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
we-
fucking Friday. Yeah.
We can be like the Pep Boys.
Yeah, we can be like the Pep Boys.
Yeah. That's a lifelong ambition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're the tech boys. Just
Right.
the tip.
The Tip
Just the
Boys.
tips.
Tip
We're the tip
boys.
Just the
boys. Yeah, we're
tips.
just-
Just
Just
the
the
tips.
tips.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, good God.
This is
Great
dumb
product.
as hell. I don't care. I don't care.
do the intro, Tom.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to another episode of Hypecast,
Hypecast.
the show where we get hyped about tips
Tips.
and
Just the tips.
coveralls
And faces. Switching faces.
and then face swappings. I'm your co-host Tom Ryman.
I'm your other co-host, David Bell. And you've probably
Who
already
are
heard
you?
him.
I'm a guest, and I'm Adam. And thanks.
Adam.
I'm here.
Shit.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for being on.
Oh, what a pleasure.
Everybody's... I bet you got people nice and pumped.
Oh, I got him so
I think-
pumped. Ooh,
yeah.
Yeah.
I think people know what this is gonna be.
We're all
People
pumped
know how
here.
things are gonna go down.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well,
Guys.
if the answer is they don't know, then they're in the right company because none of us do.
Yeah.
Adam, how are you? How was your day?
Hey,
what
I'm
you,
great.
What have you been up to?
I'm great. I've been spending my days working on scripts and expanding the knowledge of college students in the greater
Ooh.
Los Angeles area as best I can.
So you're selling acid to college students?
Oh boy, they don't buy it usually, but
Yeah.
But once in a while, Dave, you get an extended looker.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
get
yeah.
somebody who really lingers
Absolutely.
over that acid hustle.
Really window shopping that acid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel just nothing but pity and compassion in my heart for anyone who is forced to be in college or school
it's
in
the
this last
worst.
year. I can't even imagine what it would be like to try to learn in this environment. It'd be very
Yeah.
difficult. So God bless them all, Doing my
Yeah.
best.
God bless them all.
Yeah, God bless our country for not having the infrastructure to deal with it.
You know
Oh,
what's
yeah.
nice though, Tom? Honestly, and I don't want to inch your cautious optimism too far down the chasm of joy.
Just the tip.
Just the tip.
Yeah, just a tip. But like we might just have it forever now. Like there's a pretty good chance that most of us will be doing most of our jobs on Zoom for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
Right?
And why not? Honestly.
I don't
Yeah,
think it's
no.
that bad as an alternate way of doing things so you don't get sick. I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah. I mean, we'll definitely be doing probably a yearly vaccine and shit like that, right? Like the flu. We'll just have a COVID shot. It's definitely I think they've learned that this is a cheaper way to exploit people if they work from home. It turns out, and we're happy to be exploited because we don't have to wear pants. So it's like a win-win. I think so. We'll probably be doing
I haven't worn proper pants more than a collective 7 hours in a year.
Absolutely.
Why would you?
Yeah.
Why would you?
But because I wouldn't. I'm not entirely fucking crazy,
Yeah. Yeah.
Not
No
a
pants.
complete maniac.
Yeah.
No pants.
None.
No pants.
Nope. Just when I had to put on pants the other day to go to my brother's house because he just moved to pick up a painting. It was like, what is this, the fucking 80s? Anyway,
Right.
so I put on pants and it was like, this is horrible.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
It's really I felt
Yeah.
instantly tired. It wasn't like they changed shape or fit worse.
No.
I just hated them. That's all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
it was just
I think
awful.
we're done with. Yeah, I think society's done with pants. I think we're gonna just start going out in our underwear.
Yep.
And it's just gonna be like, look, this is better, right?
Yeah, this is where every moment of human history was leading us to this point.
Yes.
Right. My thighs aren't that despicable. You can tolerate them. I have to live with them. Imagine that.
Yeah. Pants, we went too far. This is I don't know if you. I've heard this theory that the reason, and maybe this is just something people say, I haven't looked into it, that the reason we lose our hair is because we're evolving, because we don't need our hair as much anymore. Like
Sure.
it was meant for like warmth. And I think we have evolved past pants.
Yeah, we definitely don't need that
Ooh.
shit.
Yeah.
Maybe
we don't need the pants anymore.
Maybe a short toga as a replacement, like a short toga.
Yeah, like in the first season of Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yeah.
What are they wearing? Oh shit!
I mean, yeah, we could go full Guinan. I think we should go full Guinan and just
Yeah,
Wear like
purple
giant
robes.
robes and a big hat.
Yeah,
yeah, like
pretty
those really
sweet.
cheap movies that they made about ancient Rome, where it's like that's not how the robes should look. That's the kind of robes I'm advocating for.
fuck yeah.
This is bare minimum.
We got
robes.
options. Yeah, we
By
got
the way-
options. None of them have pants.
Can you imagine if Levi's right now was like, okay, guys, we're in desperate times. We gotta put together a kilt or something, right? And we just get
Yeah.
a long product line of other things jeans could be, similar to McDonald's fucking salads. Just like, you're not selling salads. Fuck you.
You mean like
right?
denim robes?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Denim togas,
toga,
baby.
Kiss my ass.
Oh man,
Yep.
I kind of want
You
one.
son of
like
a
a
bitch.
denim bed sheet. You know, just like just
Well, you
sleep
know
in
that's
denim, drape yourself in it.
Right. Nothing says comfort like denim sheets.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice for the
Heavy
summer.
denim sheets.
Workman quality denim
Yeah.
sheets.
Yeah.
This is a great. This
Pre-tour.
obviously is an SNL sketch or something, right? Like somebody's
Yeah.
gonna make this sketch. Yeah.
Should we get through these producers? Should we say hi to our producers?
Yeah, probably.
All right. We got a new one here. It's sort of an old one. I think he had been on our list for a while and he fell through the cracks. But special thanks to Davy Francis for The Revenge. Is it a threat or is it just liking Jaws a lot? We'll find out eventually.
It can be both.
Thank you so much, Davy Francis, for The Revenge. Also, thank you to MVB. Thank you very much. Thank you to Phaedrus. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to Ryan, the silly money goose. God, it just rolls off the tongue.
It really
Thank you.
does.
Thank you to Chester's Prophet.
Wow.
Thank you.
Oh, that's a good one.
It sounds like a fictional island.
It does.
Chester's Prophet.
But then when you think about the idea that there's a cheetah religion, right? If
Ooh.
there's a religion related to Cheetos, it's like I'm
Yeah.
in. This sounds
Yeah.
wonderful.
I am in.
Yeah.
Thank you to definitely not Guillermo del Toro. Thank you. We don't believe you, but thank
We're
you.
on to you.
Yeah. Thank you to Brian, who Tom knows. Thank
I
you,
do.
Brian.
I do know Brian.
Yeah.
I need a picture of this person. Can I have one?
Yeah.
I just want
Yeah.
Tom. I just want to see what he is.
Sure.
Can I
What if
please-
it's just clearly Tom in a fake mustache?
Yeah,
It's
me
Tom
and
with a mustache.
I'm
Yeah.
It's a blonde Tom. He's just blonde.
yeah.
What an idea.
No other difference.
Like a character creation. Like, yeah, you just set it to blonde.
He just shows up. He's like, I'm Brian.
Who Tom knows.
I know Tom.
So good.
Thanks to Doc. Wear a mask, you fucks, Garby.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you to Bob Grenville. Thank you very much.
Beautiful.
Thank you to Steven. Thank you, Steven. Thank you to Down Home Chicken. Chicken sounds. Thank you to Han Toomey, the confused cyborg.
All right, let me
Thank
jump
you
in
very
here.
much. All right.
Thank you to Asking Seven. Thank you to
Thank
Hey
you.
Fuck You, I'm Happy Ed.
Thank you.
Thank you to I Was Born to Stare.
Thank
Thank you to Dracula, the bus driving vampire.
Thank you very much, Dracula.
Thank you to Tiger
Count.
George Pratt Thompson. Raindrops keep falling on my head. Not singing it this
Thank
week.
you.
Thank you to Chloe Rice.
Thank you, Chloe.
Thank you to Dan Hackroyd. Thank you to the Kool-Aid
Thank
Man
you.
says the only unity we need is the homogenous mixture of flavor inside me. Viva la resistance!
Woo! Thank you.
Thank you to E.T. the Extravagant Terresticle.
Thank
Thank you
you.
to Cody Johnson's Time Machine Noise. Thank you to Pete Vorpagel.
Thank you.
And thank you to Glitterous.
Glitterous.
Yeah. That's another sketch. That's another sketch, right? Glitter.
Glitterous.
We were.
Yeah.
I was asking about this the other week. Was it muskets or cracked that did clitter?
It has to be. It has to be. Those aren't muskets.
I think it is muskets. Yeah.
Edgy for cracked. I can tell you I didn't shoot it. I can tell you I did not shoot it.
I like that.
I can tell you
too
that.
edgy for.
All right,
Clitoris. Come on, man. Like, there's an era where maybe that could have got made at cracked, but it not for a very long time.
Yeah. I will say I just Googled the word clitter, and
good.
it is an actual sound. It's an actual word to mean make a thin vibratory rattling sound, such as a coded message clittered over the radio speakers. It's also a Kickstarter for like vaginal confetti,
Right.
like confetti that's the shape of
Like,
Sure.
that sound is just going to have to find a different word for it. Like, it's like, dude, it's over for you, bro. You can't.
Well,
you just
also,
can't do
I've
it.
never ever seen that word, so
Right.
right.
they know what they did.
It's like
know what
perhaps
they did.
maybe there's a word called dick fart that's like a part of a fence. Guess what?
Uh-huh.
It's not going to be
The
called
dick
that
fart of a
anymore.
fence, yeah.
Right. That's not happening. That's over now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Can't have
what's it like a plurp, like a dick burp,
Yeah.
penis
yeah.
burp.
Yeah. It's high quality content. We are really bringing out the A+.
All right. Let's get to our first trailer here. Because
Oh, you mean I think the only Zack Snyder trailer I've seen in a decade that actually is for a movie I want to watch?
That's correct. This is Army of the Dead.
I do. I want to watch this movie.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's a zombie heist.
Yeah,
right.
It's a bunch of people pulling a heist on a Las Vegas casino in the middle of a zombie apocalypse.
So, like, it does bring questions. I'm going to say right up top, I also wanted to watch it, and my first impression when I saw Zack Snyder was like, nope, fuck this. And then I was like, it looks good. It looks pretty good.
You got me, Zach.
You got me, Snyder. You got me. But why do they need money? Like, why do we need money in a zombie apocalypse?
I don't
Who
know.
needs it?
I don't know. I assume they'll address that at some point in the movie. But yeah,
Right.
like, where are we going to spend this shit? if the fucking Las Vegas Strip is overrun with
Maybe it's just Las
zombies.
Vegas. Maybe
It
they're
could
like
be.
they're
It could be.
gonna take this shit to Canada.
Yeah,
where,
yeah.
like, the
Maybe
money's still
Canada's just
accepted.
fine.
Well, that's where they get the last laugh, because they're like, the exchange rate is not going to be in your favor,
No,
sir.
not great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, like I can't imagine the value of the American dollar has increased during the zombie
No,
apocalypse.
No chance. No chance.
Maybe
Yeah.
okay. Maybe they're stealing zombie bucks. So they're like the zombies have their own economy.
Oh, maybe, yeah. They could they could be stealing zombie nickels.
Yeah.
It's funny that is a thing that we didn't instantly dismiss out of hand, because, like, sure. Right? Like, it could be.
Yeah.
You know?
Could be.
Sure.
Yeah.
This hit all the tropes I expected of the premise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's that goddamn story that came out about Zack Snyder's original intent or original draft, where there was rapey zombies.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
That would make human hybrid zombie babies. So that makes me a little suspicious, because it's like, oh, that sounds like a rough first draft, Zack Snyder. What is this going to be? That said, he did make Dawn of the Dead, and like Dawn of the Dead, he clearly is obsessed with the concept of zombie babies. Because that's in that. But the point is, Dawn of the Dead is a good movie that he made. It's like before he was Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. I'm agree with you, Tom. I am excited for this, but if he's too Zack Snyder about it, you know what I mean? Where it's like Dawn of the Dead is like, there's no like super slow mo shots and like, you know, like gray fucking color palette and like weird slow covers of songs. You know, like if it's just like too Zack Snyder, I feel like he might hurt it. That said, this trailer doesn't look like any of that I'm describing. It looks like a fun zombie movie.
No, and the fact that he removed Chris D'Elia from the movie. And
Oh, did he?
Oh yeah. After the Chris D'Elia is alleged to have sexually assaulted women.
Sure.
So
Sure.
fucking
Good instinct.
Christopher
to
Plummer
get him
his
out of
ass
there.
out of the movie. the wild thing is he replaced Cristelia with Tig Notaro.
That's great.
I loved seeing that name and these credits. I was
Yep.
like, oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Well, it's just
Sure.
it's funny because it makes me wonder what was that character.
It was.
Yeah,
I mean,
totally.
I'm guessing it was just
like a general comic relief character, but like it's funny that you could swap those two
people
because they couldn't be more different.
right.
Her energy in a zombie apocalypse heist film is such a swerve. Like, I'm really pumped about that.
Yeah, it's going to be that. I saw an interview with her where she was talking about getting this movie and just being very blunt with Zack Snyder, like, look, I'm not an actor. I'm just gonna do my act, basically. And he's like, no, that's what I want you to do. She's like, all right.
Yeah. And then you got, of course, Dave Bautista in there.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna be fucking great.
Thank you for bringing him up. True to form, I had thoughts about Dave Bautista when I watched this. Mm-hmm. Why did he become the second Rock? Why did that happen, Tom? That's like one of the great historical tragedies of wrestling. Wouldn't you agree? Right?
It's not Stone
like,
Cold.
Why him? Of course. Why isn't it Stone Cold? Like, I mean, it's not even have to be him. I don't want to be a stereotype. It doesn't just have to be Stone Cold.
No, I think it's because he got the role. He got Drax.
I think it's honestly because Dave Bautista is good.
He is good. I agree.
There's that what James Gunn tweeted recently about how Marvel was pushed back against hiring him. And then they came to him later and they're like, we were wrong. We were very wrong about that. Because he can do a comedic performance. And then as we know in Blade Runner, he can do a dramatic performance.
Yeah, he was great in that.
He should get more of that. So I think it's just that he's just a real tough guy looking motherfucker who happens to be able to act.
Yeah,
beyond that.
He got the big high profile role, and he also took it real seriously. I remember reading interviews with him around the time Guardians was coming out, and he knew that Marvel was pushing back against him. At least I think he did.
Oh yeah,
because
sure.
he took acting classes and really really took it seriously to get the role.
Right.
I'm not. Forgive me for if I have in any way implied.
I know what you're saying.
That I didn't think he is a good actor. I do think he's a good actor. It's clear why he's still doing it. It's completely clear.
I think. Yeah, no, I totally get the question. I think he got the role. He got the big role.
Yeah, that just worked
in terms of breaking into movies. Is it just the three? Is it just The Rock, Dave Bautista, and the Hulkster?
Well, and Rowdy Piper was in a movie that he...
Piper's in a couple of movies.
When I say, he's in a couple. Yeah, because the breaking into movies, being in multiple movies, Hulk Hogan doesn't quite count. He just, created his own genre.
Hulk Hogan is in, 4 movies.
Yeah, and he's never playing anything other than Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. He's playing our heartstrings, Dave. He's playing them. He's playing them amicably.
Look, I love him.
Yeah, he's playing,
or not him, but his movies.
When he mimes playing the guitar and his WCW championship belt, those are our heartstrings he's plucking.
Yeah, right.
Did you not hear the chorus of cheers erupting across the nation, Dave? No, but for real, I can think of 10 wrestlers that I believe would be better in movies than Bautista. But I don't, and I'm not going to spend all the time talking about it. It's just he's such a weird choice, such a bland choice in some ways, given all the pool of talent. Yes, Dave, please.
Can I make a confession?
Oh, I'm ready. Thank you.
I've never seen him wrestle.
You have not missed much. Is my argument.
Yeah, he's not much of a, he's one of those dudes that's 95% a look.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because to me, he was an actor that I learned was a wrestler. That's how I got introduced to him.
Why isn't Brock Lesnar the bad guy of every single movie for about 5 years?
Because he's awful.
No, he's not. Look at his Jester Joker teeth. Are you kidding me? His teeth can act.
His teeth are horrible.
I would say
they are terrifying.
What is happening in his mouth?
He's a mini boss, right? He's the person that Indiana Jones kills.
Yeah, sure. He could be an Indiana Jones. No, it's just I think you need a certain kind of look, which Brock has, but
Oh, yeah, dude. Yes, he does. If it was the 80s, I mean, he's just a victim of being in the wrong era.
Yeah.
If that man was doing this in 1985, he would have been in every Arnold Schwarzenegger movie until time folded in on itself. He would have been the perfect antagonist for that. You know? Like, perfect.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do sort of know why he's not in movies,
Right.
but I think it's also like it's got to be up to them, right? I assume.
Yeah.
I assume when you go into wrestling now, there is like a question, right, that your agent asks, where they're like, "Are you heading towards movies?"
I think
Boy.
that
Because that is now a career path.
And I think it a couple of the other, like Randy Orton and like The Miz and like a couple other guys.
The Miz?
Yeah, they've been in like made for streaming or made for DVD movies that are produced by WWE Films. Like all the Marine sequels and stuff like that.
Right. Well, Cena has had some
Oh,
success.
fucking Cena! Yeah, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
John Cena. And also, I just remembered.
Also,
Kevin Nash is in a bunch of movies.
yeah, Jesse the Body Ventura.
Oh, yeah, Jesse.
Right.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. In some ways, he's the greatest crossover from the wrestling.
He
if you
kind of
really
is.
think about
He's
it.
another one that like I just knew from Predator more than anything else. You know?
Captain Freedom in The Running Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I want? Oh, Andre the Giant, of course. But he only did the one.
He really didn't play anything other than Andre the Giant. I mean,
I will say though, would you say he's the most? This is hard to say. Is The Princess Bride probably the most iconic, like universal film that a wrestler is in?
Probably.
Either that or
most likely.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. Most likely. Macho Man.
Macho
Right.
Man. My
I mean,
God.
but he wasn't. But he was playing Bonesaw, like he wasn't the Cream. Like if we got the Cream in a movie, that's. I mean, I know I'm doing the same jokes, but I'm just saying.
I need one of these fuckers to get an Oscar, right?
Let me tell you what I fucking need. You ready for this? What I need is for it to be Elias. That's what I need. I need Elias to
Put
get an
Elias
Oscar.
in everything. Yeah.
What's Elias?
Elias is the
Dave.
dude that came out and started playing a song for Brock Lesnar on his acoustic guitar. Do you remember
Which
that?
is exactly what he should do.
Oh, he's the guitar.
Yeah, he's the
wrestler.
indie guitar guy. And he should do exactly that at the Academy Awards. He gets the Oscar, and he gets up, and he just starts fucking playing the song. Oh, Tom, it would be the best.
I know it would be, and we could talk about this literally all night, so I'm going to have to move us along.
I'm very sorry.
All right,
I'm very
all right.
sorry.
Oh, no.
I did it
This
again.
is... This is
No,
what
this
we
is
knew
great.
what was going to happen, but
Yeah, we were prepared for
I
this.
think Tom sniffed out. Wait. We're talking about Elias. That's enough. That's enough.
yeah, we're 26 minutes in, and we're on the first. We're still talking about the first trailer. So
For the record, if there's any trailers down the line here that we can just skip,
there
I'm fine
might
with.
be, but let's keep going for now.
Not
All
the
right,
next
well,
one.
we definitely have to
Not
talk about
the next
yeah,
one. Yeah.
Marvel's MODOK.
Fucking MODOK.
MODOK.
Whoa. Whoa.
Did you
What is,
did you really just struggle with that, Dave, or were you doing
No,
a bit?
I didn't.
Okay.
I was doing a bit.
Okay.
What is this?
It's what do you mean?
I looked it
it's
up.
a fucking cartoon made by the Robot Chicken Studios. With
I mean,
Patton
no.
Oswalt.
What is the character?
You ready, Dave? I looked this shit up because I had no idea, and I was like,
I'll
I'm
tell
gonna
you who
be
he is,
smart
but
for
I want
once.
to hear what Ganser says. What MODOK is.
He has been around in Marvel movies, or not Marvel comic books, for 40 years, Dave.
And he's just a
He is-
floating like.
Yes, he's Thanos' face on a can of Coke, and apparently he is the villain that like haunts Captain America because he's jealous of Captain America's perfect form. This is what I read
and
on
he's
Wikipedia.
all brain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's an enormous head, and his body is regular size, so that's why he has to
Okay.
sit in that
All right.
hover chair because his head is so
Got it,
fucking
got it.
huge.
Yeah.
He's the scientist supreme of AIM at certain points. If you're familiar
Really?
with AIM, yeah.
Okay. This looks great. This is a lot of fun.
It looks like Patton Oswalt. That's what it looks like. It looks like Patton
Yeah.
Oswalt doing bits. Sure.
My question is, does Marvel not have the guts to put him in a live action and put him in the MC?
I think he's coming. I honestly do.
Okay.
Yeah.
God,
Because
why?
I want
He's-
to see them spin this bullshit.
He's the primary antagonist in the Avengers video game that just came out recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then they've got this show. They're gradually introducing him so that people won't be like, what the fuck when he shows up in the MCU.
This feels like a drug dealer who's like you. They've been selling you good stuff for a while, and they're like, now try this new thing. I mean, like, it's
what they did. It's what they did with Guardians.
Yeah.
What about fucking Zola? Because they cheated Zola, right?
Well, Zola exploded.
But like in the comics, isn't Zola like a hilarious thing like this?
Yes, he is a face on a TV screen mounted on a robot body.
Yeah, and they sort of they cheated him. They were like, well, he's just like in a computer.
I mean, that's what he is. They just didn't put him on a robot body.
They just didn't put him on a robot body. Yeah. And
I was honestly stunned when he showed back up like that in Winter Soldier. I was like, "Oh shit, they're really doing Arnim Zola." All right,
but they should finish their Zola. They need to finish it, and they need to put that motherfucker on a robot body.
I mean, there's still time.
Like they shouldn't get their MODOK before they finish their Zola, right? I guess they can do both.
They can do both.
I'm just saying, I want to see this motherfucker. I want to see this guy fighting old ass Captain America or something. I don't give a shit.
I mean,
I want to see. I don't know, Hawkeye. Give him to Hawkeye.
Sure, let him fill him full of arrows. Make him a giant pincushion.
Yeah, Patton Oswalt. Because this is implied that he now exists in the MCU because of this cartoon. Do you think?
I thought it was. Oh, I thought it did imply that.
I don't know that he necessarily. AIM already exists because that's what Guy Pearce creates in Iron Man 3.
Right.
To the point where I was watching the movie thinking, is fucking Guy Pearce going to be MODOK?
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's probably not going to happen. But if you've been keeping up with WandaVision, there was like a lot of rumors that MODOK might show up in WandaVision, and there's like stuff in there that you're like, that could be. So I think they're getting ready to put MODOK in.
Okay, cool.
I would like to tell you what my impression of this was, having never heard of or cared for this character.
Mm-hmm.
It really made me wish that there was another Team America movie coming out.
Yeah.
I was just, wow, another Team America would be incredible right now. Because it had that vibe a little bit.
Mm-hmm. It does, yeah.
Just a little bit of Team America. I mean, they would have to adjust some things, obviously. But, like, it really made me miss that idea. Mm-hmm. And also, this is another weird decision that we're making pop culturally to... if we don't know what to do with a villain or if a property's dead, let's just fucking Cruella this shit. Right? This is like a Cruella thing where it's like, well,
right,
just make this
make
bad
it from
guy.
the villain's POV.
Yeah, and that's not always a solution to a narrative problem. Even though they're always very fun, like, you know.
Yeah, I think I see what you're saying there. I think MODOK is a little bit different because one, MODOK is leaning more into the meta fandom around MODOK. Is that
of course.
I don't know how to describe it outside of, I mean, it's obviously a little ironic, but like it's like genuine as well.
They're
people really do enjoy this character.
Yeah, I mean, I think that casting Patton Oswalt was a very precise decision, probably the most precise decision they made. Of like, now you know what this guy's going to be. He's going to be mostly harmless, really.
Oh yeah,
with a lot of jokes, and this is a way of introducing all this nonsense into the universe. And once you're good and comfortable, we'll turn the heat up again.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly. Like that's like with the cosmic stuff with Guardians, they're amping, they're cranking that shit up, and like Thor Ragnarok, and then the next Thor movie that's coming out.
Yep.
But yeah, I also know that the log line of this show is that AIM goes bankrupt, so MODOK has to like get a regular job, and his teenage son moves in with him. Like it's the trailer doesn't really show it, but like the premise of the show is pretty much a sitcom just starring MODOK.
Huh.
Yeah, but it's going to stay that way?
I don't know. They're clearly kind of hiding that aspect in this trailer.
Yes, I would argue that they could very easily make any Deadpool movie that be the premise of it, and then suddenly it's not. You know what I mean? I just feel like I don't believe Marvel premises. Really? You know what I mean? Do you? Why should I? WandaVision tells me I shouldn't. You know?
Right.
I don't know. I think WandaVision is one of the most outside of the box things they've done in a while, even though it is.
Completely agree. Completely agree. I'm not saying it's bad.
All right. It's all still linked, right? Because this is the deal with Marvel is, like, Guardians, they realized, okay, space, we can go fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Right.
And then when they do something, like, they got their, space, they got their magic, and then they got their, like I don't know, superhuman, like, regular superhero, Spider-Man, Captain America. Like, those feels like the three aspects to Marvel. And it tends to be like the weirdness comes from space. Like it's bleeding over and stuff like that. But MODOK feels like MODOK isn't an alien, right?
No, he's an enhanced human.
Yeah, and now we're getting into weird territories where it's like suddenly it's weird, but it's not like from space. It's like it's Earth has always been like the straight man essentially in the relationship, it feels like, and now Earth's doing some weird shit, which does make sense because we have all this new alien stuff. So I don't know. It feels like it can fit in the universe, but mainly in the space one.
I mean, I'm just waiting for the Puppet Galactus show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just the Muppet rendering of Galactus.
I'm waiting to know how they're going to explain X-Men.
We'll see.
I have a theory.
Are they going to?
Well, watching WandaVision, it feels like that might be something they're doing.
Yeah.
But like, I think that because, X-Men was just like a thing in that world, but they couldn't do that for the longest time because they didn't have the rights. But it was supposed to be a world, Tom, correct me if I'm wrong, where just like mutants existed.
Yeah.
It was just like all this other stuff plus mutants exist. And now they couldn't do that because they didn't have the rights. And now they have the rights. So it's like, how do you go back and go, oh, and by the way, there's been mutants all along? You can't. But like, that's such a big aspect of X-Men. So
Marvel
it feels like they have to create mutants.
Maybe. Marvel has done a truly incredible thing to our entertainment. And that is like changed our interest from like the emotional core things that drove stories really since time immemorial, but certainly movies for like the last 100 years. And instead shifted us to like trying to fit like the real emotional narrative is how will they get this other thing I know about into it. Like where it's purely the connect, like it's like beautiful mind shit. We all got like a weird board and we're like connecting the strings and stuff. Yeah. And like that's the entertaining piece of it. It's to me, that's what it seems like.
Yeah.
Now I'm not. Now there are a lot of these individual outings I very much enjoy. Like I liked WandaVision. I liked Thor Ragnarok, which I just watched for the first time, like maybe 3 weeks ago. And I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying that's a kind of a new form of entertainment that didn't really exist before Marvel. And I'm kind of fascinated by what it means in the long term to like get people that interested in like how do we connect the pieces from that one to this one, like that. I've never seen that before. Have you?
I'm trying to think of an example. I think I think you get a little bit of that with stuff like Lost and like Game of Thrones, but it's not quite the same thing.
Yeah, well, yeah, Lost, you're hoping that... I think you're still hoping for what does it mean? Like, nobody cares about that. Like, nobody's like, where's all this Marvel stuff, like, headed? Like, nobody's asking that question. You know what I mean? Like, because, it's, like, meaningless in that way. Maybe wrestling. I'm sorry to keep bringing it up. But maybe wrestling... I'm very sorry, Tom. But maybe wrestling is like that, right? Where they're like, how are we going to get the Intercontinental Belt on, whoever by SummerSlam.
Because they're starting. They start from a result and they're working backwards, so they know they have to work certain things in. It's why I feel like it must be really fun to write for Marvel, and it's why I enjoy as a writer watching Marvel.
Interesting,
because it's like, oh, that's how they're gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's how do they work it in without without cheating, which is something I'm I without spoiling, WandaVision is getting a little like, don't ask. Like it's getting to that part where it's like, I don't know, we'll talk about it's another story or for a better time, whatever the fucking Maz said in Star Wars. Like they're kind of hand waving stuff, and it's like I don't want any of that. I want them to fucking sit down and try to like work out this stupid puzzle
get it all done
that they've created.
I mean, and it's true because like the screenwriter in me is also interested in it. And I think it's because the artifice of screenwriting is the star of it. Mm-hmm. You know, like the actual, like, how will you successfully weave Thor's eye patch into the narrative? You know, like that kind of stuff.
And then how will we get the eye patch off of him?
Yes. Will he be thin Thor or will he have to be fat Thor for 3 movies, you know?
Right. And they do a good job because they're like, Rocket would have a prosthetic eye. And it's like, oh, you set that up. I don't know even if you knew you were setting that up. When you set up that, he steals people's fucking body parts.
Shit,
like shit like that, where it's like, oh, what a good idea. I almost hope they didn't realize they were setting that up, and then they were like, oh, this is perfect.
Can you imagine the horrific meetings you'd have to have with Kevin Feige or whoever about like, okay, so like we're gonna have one shot of Wanda and she has to look out of this eye because the other eye's got a special thing, like all the different continuity issues between the stories have to be managed.
I mean, that's the secret sauce, though.
Yeah,
right.
That's why people are generally pretty stoked on Marvel and really bummed about Star Wars.
Exactly.
Yep. Yeah, you're right.
As they did the work.
They did the work.
All Star Wars had to do was 3 movies. Just the 3.
Well,
and
I mean, it is hilarious. It is hilarious, but also I think Marvel was wise to be like, look. We can't ask these people to get excited about every single little thing. So like what we can ask them to do is get excited about how all the things connect. And Star Wars doesn't have that body of entertainment yet, and also they're kind of fucking scared to.
Again, all they had to do was make 3 movies that like.
Agreed, Dave. Totally agreed.
Yeah, it wasn't even about a cinematic universe. They were just like, okay, it's 3 acts, 3 movies. We
can't even
just
tell
basic
one
trilogy.
story.
Yeah.
They take 2 steps and oh god, and they just like tumble. They tumble for hours.
Like literally in the 3rd movie, they're like, oh, and this all along, and it was this all along, and it's like, Jesus, you guys didn't fucking plan this.
The dead speak.
The dead speak. God, I can't wait to watch that movie again.
Introduced in Fortnite, by the way.
That's so good. I love it.
Let's move on.
All right.
Sorry.
Who's ready for Rugrats 2021?
The only thing, because it's all the original voice actors. The only thing I want anyone to say about this show is, holy fuck, those babies sound old.
Yeah, it's the same voice actors.
They do. Right, I'm also terrified for Paramount Plus because it's very clear to me that they don't know how to do the nostalgia advertisement. Right?
They don't know how to do any advertisement. This is part of, and this is a little inside baseball, but this is part of a huge media dump that Paramount Plus, Viacom did on Wednesday to amp up its Paramount Plus launch, which happens in March, I think. They didn't let anyone know ahead of time. They just fucking unleashed the hounds like in the middle. Like there was a planned Disney investor presentation that day. So it's like all the outlets are like focusing on this Disney stuff, and then fucking Paramount Plus starts blasting everyone's inbox. It's like, what the fuck is happening?
That's insane.
Yeah, it's really, really wild.
Yeah.
This is a really bad advertisement because, like, we get some of the flavor of the show, and you see how they look, and you hear the voices, 100%. Mm-hmm. But like the scene of it is really boring. Right?
Yeah. This is a weird. This is a
scene.
weird clip to select for your trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks good. The stop motion, which is probably CGI.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. It's. I think I've talked about this before. The original Rugrats, though, it's Peter Chung who did the character design, who did Eon Flux.
It's Klasky Supo, right?
Yeah, I just know that it's like it's very artistic people attached, and I don't know if people remember that it looks good, and like this looks. I don't know. This is more lamenting the way animation works now, right?
Sure.
This is taking the Rugrats style and cramming it into that generic vanilla 3D animation of like the Blue Sky Peanuts movie.
Yes. What I will say is the weird stop motion attempt is at least something. It still feels like it's just crammed through a template, and it's like. It's that thing where it's like it's not something where I'm just like an old person complaining, I don't think, because they're all for the most part just cramming him through the same look, like you said.
They all look the same.
And it's like these are things that started with very unique animations.
A unique art style. An immediately identifiable art style. Like you can look at that and like look at like the wild thornberries and be like, "Oh, that's the same art."
Right. And that's sort of the point, right?
Yeah.
That's why these things became popular.
That's kind of the point of art.
Yeah. And it's the point of animation of like Disney movies, you can recognize them, or from that era, The Simpsons, you know, they all South Park, it's all these unique styles, and then it's like it's part of their appeal, and then when they just put them I think part of it is they realize that the people who actually give a shit aren't the people who are watching this. This is just generic shit for kids now. But it's going to be such a bummer to be like 10 years from now, 15 years from now, becoming like an adult and all your nostalgia looks exactly the same. You know what I mean? Like all the movies you grew up with just look like the same fucking boring CGI horse shit.
Yeah. Totally. The only other thing I'll say about this trailer is we get a brief clip of some of Mark Mothersbaugh's music. He's doing the music again.
Ooh.
Right? Because the music was such a part of Rugrats. Like it's an extremely unique score by a very unique, like Mark Mothersbaugh's Devo.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty unique.
Yeah.
I don't think it works with this animation style.
No, it's kind of weird.
Like I heard it and I was like, oh, this feels like an old computer game.
Yeah.
It's just something about combining his weird electronic style of composing with this extremely generic 3D animation. It just looks like kind of a shitty computer game.
Yeah.
It's pretty clear to me that I missed most of the really cool animated shows. Like I was just a little too old for them. For whatever reason, I feel like I've seen about 20 episodes of Rugrats, which I shouldn't have. I'm too old for it, and I don't like it.
Rugrats also wasn't it didn't.
Right.
I was either too old or too young or whatever.
He hit me at the right time, so it was a big show for me for about a year or two.
Yeah.
I want to talk endlessly about Angelica, but I sense already Tom's frown when I just say those words. So I'll just say the one thing I'm alluding to, which is it's a weird trend in like that 10-year period of time to always have a shitty older sister. Like that's just like a weird thing that happened in a lot of these animated shows, and like because Angelica's a very like unlikable character, and I'm like, why did we make a character like that? Why was Elmira such a nightmare on like Tiny Toon Adventures?
Well, Elmira was accidentally a like she wasn't a nightmare on purpose.
That's right. And Angelica was just
Angelica's devious.
Legit evil. But I feel like if I thought real hard, I'd find like 4 or 5 examples of this, where it's like because it's like struck me. I was like, that feels like a thing, and it's a weird thing. Anyway, I'm just pointing it out.
Well, devious like troublemaking kid is a thing for sure. You know, like you got your Bart Simpsons and so on, but like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think is how it goes. Is like sometimes they're like trolls in a way that we enjoy, right? And that's the idea.
And they needed, I understand, I get what you're saying because it's definitely a trend. I understand why you'd make Angelica specifically that character because
totally,
one, she's fills the role of antagonist for a lot of episodes, because you can't really have the adults be that, because the core cast is supposed to be so young.
Right.
And the other thing is it's like an additional level of being the antagonist, but like a lot of her shit is doing something bad and then blaming it on the others and getting away with it because she puts on a sweet face to the parents. Like, her name is a joke, right? Like Angelica, that's a gag.
Yes, of course.
So I think she is maybe a little better realized version, or like a more acceptable version of the trope you're talking about.
Yeah. I think it also comes from when we were growing up. There was always the one kid that's just like a real piece of shit.
Oh yeah, no,
everybody know that piece of shit.
Yeah,
right, exactly. So it's that.
So really, the only decision is do we make this character a boy or a girl?
Right. And like I'm not like screaming misogynist per se. It just felt like when I was watching it, like it just like pinged something in my brain. I was like, this is like a weird thing that was going on at the time.
That's fair. I think they added another character who I don't know the character's name because she was added after I stopped watching the show. But she's another little girl that's the same age as Angelica, and she's not bad.
Right.
So I guess they were trying to balance that out, but I don't know because I never saw this character. She was added. I think also Tommy got a younger brother. That also happened after I stopped watching.
Huh.
Yep.
I don't see the younger brother in this trailer though.
They got rid of him. They erased him.
Yeah.
Unless they're gonna fucking MODOK it and like he's gonna have his own universe or whatever. Right?
Yeah.
Just fucking Tommy's brother MODOK.
MODOK him.
I think his name's Dill.
Fuck
Dill
it.
Pickle.
Jesus Christ.
Dill Pickles.
Yeah.
That's right, because Tommy's name is Tommy Pickles.
Yeah, dude. Dill Pickle, the Dilliverse. I'm so into
Hell
this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Put that on a coverall. Let's wear it.
We have 4 coveralls, our 3 faces, and then one of them is just Dill Pickles.
We gotta start selling
No explanation.
I literally thought it just was a pickle. Like, it's just
It could be. It could
It's
just be a pickle.
Fucking pickle.
We could do that.
The
We
way
could just
their
put
weird heads are shaped.
Put a diaper on them. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, put a diaper on a pickle. Tell me it's not a baby. You're a liar. Yes, it is. Fuck
you're
you.
a fucking liar. All right, let's move on.
All right. This next trailer is for Come True.
Sure.
This is a horror.
Did we talk about this movie? I felt like we talked about a movie that was very similar to this a while ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Was this a movie that deserves more hype
I think
or something
so,
like
yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There was a
think
very
this is just,
similar movie to this from a while ago.
This looks.
Is this a new
fucking
trailer?
Cool.
It is. Yeah.
I think it looks fucking cool.
Yeah, no.
It does.
Fucking mysterious sleep study.
Yeah, and it looks. The dreams look real creepy.
Right,
Yeah,
they're
they
doing
do. They look really good.
they're doing like sleep paralysis and shit.
Yeah. I was considering this for more hype, and I wasn't sure. I honestly wasn't sure if I'd covered it already.
It
and I was
feels
just like,
familiar.
fuck it.
It could just be that you brought another movie that was about a mysterious sleep study.
Yeah,
right.
I
Which
don't
there
know.
could be. It could also be that the music sounds like Stranger Things. Like it does feel like a connection, like an amalgam of like 8 things we've seen before.
Right.
but
Okay.
it's
Looking
still
it up,
cool looking.
I do think I covered this briefly because the director I'm seeing did a Tron fan film, and I've seen this fan film before.
You 100% brought this movie before. Yep, I remember the discussion now.
That makes sense.
The Tron fan film.
So this is the new trailer for this movie.
Why did
It's
you see
finally
a
coming out.
Why would you see a Tron fan film? Are you like that into
I
it?
see all the Tron stuff.
Are you just a Tron boy?
I like Tron.
Did you not?
Wait,
did
but-
you not
okay,
know?
but
Did you
you-
not
you-
know this about Dave? Adam, he is Tron boy.
Fucking,
I am
find out
Tron
new
boy.
things every day. Did you know, Tom, that
Do you
that
not
Dave,
like Tron, Adam?
Wait, Dave. You're not turning this shit around. Just wait a second.
Yeah,
okay?
wait your turn.
Did you know that Dave literally he shows up to my streams now and just tells me what he's eating, and it's always something terrifying, Tom. Like he's just
not
eating something
terrifying.
terrifying all the time.
Oh, that's
it's
a
like
fun
burrito.
bit. No, that's a fun bit. Yeah.
It's a wonderful bit, but it's like a burrito that nearly kills him. Or
There was-
something like
okay.
that. You know?
There's a burrito. There's a burrito that is the size of a puppy. that I can get delivered to my house. The worst part, guys, it's delicious.
Where is this
So
burrito from?
I eat the whole thing.
I want
kind
this
of
I
burrito.
don't fucking know. I'm going to get it after we record.
Right.
I'm going to get it tonight.
I'm going to get a burrito now
you ever
fucking
eat-
sure.
You ever eat something where you're like, how did that even fit in me?
Yeah, the shame fries.
Where it's like,
Sure.
yeah, the shame fries. Where it's like, I don't.
Those shame fries are a real fucking
I miss
like a
those
paradox.
shame fries with
Yeah.
all of the entirety of my heart.
Those things are a mass paradox. They're like, how do they fit in your body? They really are. They defy time and space.
It's a logic problem. Like, how
yeah,
does
yeah,
this-
yeah. They challenge
this
you
is-
on every level. They really do.
Yeah. Those things, man.
Anyway, I don't hate Tron. I just think Tron is pretty okay. Like, so I just can't
I'll
imagine.
take it. I'll accept it.
Thank you. I'm so glad. I just can't imagine with that diagnosis that I would seek out fan films when your job is to see every actual movie known to man.
Right.
And there's a lot more of them, Dave. There's just a lot more you haven't seen, buddy.
Look,
So what are you doing, man?
sometimes you gotta watch a Tron fan film. I don't know what to tell you.
You got to do one.
Tron.
You got to do
My
one.
God.
One
And
one
the
for them
this is-
and one for me. That's what you got to do.
Exactly. And the director is now making this horror film, and he's got Tron sensibilities.
Right. So that must justify what you
I'm
did.
Pro.
Yeah.
I'm pro this. This movie, you guys should check out. People watching with their ears, check out the trailer to come true. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This looks like a solid horror.
Let's move on.
Sure.
All right, to Sun.
This looks okay.
Just Sun.
This looks okay.
This definitely looks okay.
Yeah. I don't know. A lot of really hyperbolic review quotes in the trailer about
Yes,
about
I
how
noticed
terrifying
that.
it is.
It begins.
Yeah.
It begins with one of the silliest things I've ever seen, which is Son asks his mother, "What if you had 8 arms? What would you do with them?" And then it cuts to what was clearly at least 5 minutes later, and she calls the answer out to him. Right? Like she's like,
Yeah.
he gets in the car, asks her a question, then it cuts to they arrive at the school, and she answers it as he runs away. And the only logical thing that could have happened is 8 minutes of silence.
Just
where
silence.
She doesn't answer.
Yeah, she was really sweating coming up with a
Right.
good answer.
It's that thing that movies do that that's the worst.
It was
When, like,
impossible.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, there's something about this where it's like there's some imagery in it where I'm like, that looks good, but there is something like in this trailer that feels off where I'm like, I think you're right though. The hyperbolic reviews contrasted with like not an amazingly original story or amazingly original imagery.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like kind of rubbed me the wrong way. That said, I'm sure I'll see it.
Yeah,
think-
it's. Go ahead.
I don't think cult equals immediate interest.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah,
what
cults-
this movie thinks is cult equals immediate interest, and it's like no. Our fear of religion and like what it's about is different than it was like 5 years ago, when you could make like, man, then there's these brainwashing cliques of people. Now I think we're in a conversation culturally where it's like, how do people whose beliefs are not the same as mine, like how do I know I can trust them? Right? And that's a much bigger question than cult. And so cult feels like this is a drop in the bucket. There's a drop in the bucket. You know, like to me.
Right. Yeah. Like the premise is this woman, the single mom and her son, he starts having crazy ass nightmares that like seem to like manifest people in his room and stuff, and like he starts bleeding and stuff when he's having these nightmares. And apparently she and her son escaped a cult a few years earlier, and she claims the cult is now coming for them. And yeah, I feel like what Adam's saying, like nowadays it'd be scarier to find out that like the kid's really into QAnon.
Yeah. My guess is that, honestly, I'm guessing that the cult's like actually trying to protect them or something like that. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
There's going to be some sort of twist. I think I think cult movies tend to need twists, right? Because otherwise we know how it ends.
Well,
We always know how they end.
the problem is that I think the filmmakers, what they want to say is a thing they can't say in a movie. right? Like that's my suspicion about people who make cult movies and don't dive into the weird mechanics of how the cult works. So, like, for instance, like I watched Dogtooth. You guys have seen Dogtooth, right?
No.
Wow.
It's a fucking great movie. So it's about about a tiny little cult family, right? And what makes it interesting is you're watching the mechanics of a cult, and so you're getting absorbed in like the deep, dark, misleading and dishonesty that you need to create a cult like this. That's somebody who's actually interested in a cult, right? What I think this person is interested in, and I haven't seen the movie, but I just, for instance, watched Saint Maud, which I will argue is on a similar path here, is like this person wants to talk about the fact that they find religion sort of creepy, and they want it, but they can't just say religion is creepy because, like that's going to kill your movie. So they have to kind of make it a cult, and then people aren't that interested in it.
Right.
That's fair.
I mean, that's really like Saint Maud kind of also danced around this, right? Where it's like at first, and I just watched it and I liked it, but it was no lighthouse, guys. It was no lighthouse.
Nothing's the lighthouse.
Well, no. But like at first it was like, oh, this is going to be like kind of a brutal like horror movie based on just a person who's Catholic, and it's like, oh no, she just has a mental illness, like so she's just crazy, is what this is. And that doesn't make it bad, but I think the reason people are interested in it is because they want somebody to say that in a movie. You know what I mean? I think they want that. But I don't think everybody wants it, so it doesn't exist. You know what I mean? That's my suspicion. I could be wrong about that, but I think so.
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
This feels like it's more like, honestly, I think this might be just using a cult as a tool, as a plot device for a horror movie. If that makes sense. It's like there's movies like The Sacrament, or like that amazing VHS
VHS
short,
2,
where like it is about the scariness of a cult, and then there's ones where it's just like a cult is almost like just like the henchmen. Like it feels a little like that in this, where it's like they might not even actually explore what it means to be in a cult. It's just like, these are scary people that are here. Like that might just be what's going on, and nothing further than that.
It could be.
But I'm not sure. I don't know.
Did you watch?
I haven't seen Saint Maud or this.
But you remember we talked about Saint Maud, I want to say, probably on this podcast.
Yeah, I want to see that
like
one.
A year ago. Yeah.
Well, they thought they had. It is good, by the way. I don't want anybody to hear me saying that it's bad. It's not. I just think that. Or maybe I shouldn't say that's what people want. I feel like that's the selling point, and then the movie turns out not to be that. It's probably the more honest way to say it. Like it's the same way that I felt, for instance, about what was that movie that was. It was like The Bride. They play a game. This rich family plays a game.
Ready or Not.
Yes, Ready or Not. So like Ready or Not, I was like, dude, I just want to see rich people hunting this woman. That's what I want. And the movie spent way more time than I wanted it to on like the Satan cult shit. You know, like to explain why this world exists. And it's like, I don't know if I needed a reason. I think I wanted to see these people are rich and mean. And so they do this. But the filmmaker was like afraid to say that, you know? So they have this whole long, it's the devil, and they have a cult, and he was like, we met him 100 years ago, and we've been doing this for years. Like all that stuff that I found like boring. But maybe you guys thought it was great, and I'm just the only one. I don't know. I
mean, I enjoyed that ending for sure.
The ending was good. Yes, I totally agree. Yeah. But didn't you feel?
I think sometimes movies just need to. I think sometimes we're at a point where genres can't just be simple. There needs to be added shit to them. Where it's like you can't just have. Right. Yeah, we've seen it all. So it's like, well, why even make this movie unless you're adding something to it? And I think that's, unless you figure out a really good human story throughout. Otherwise, it's like, well, there needs to be some sort of added craziness, right?
Right. It can't just be Most Dangerous Game.
Yeah, because we've seen it.
It has to be Most Dangerous Game on a phone.
Yeah.
Like the Quibi show.
Like the Quibi show.
Damn, see, I wish there was really a thing called Quibi.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there isn't, but I wish there was.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Where's the Quibi movie? Yeah, let's move on.
Should we talk about our next one?
Yeah.
This is Luca.
Yeah, this is the new Pixar movie.
Yeah, new Pixar. It's kind of the plot of another movie.
It's
a horror
spring,
movie.
right?
Yeah, it's kind of spring.
Okay.
Not quite spring. I don't want to spoil spring, but that's not spoiling it. But it's, this is about two boys who are mermaids. Spring is sort of about that. It's more obviously body horror. Fucking, I don't know. It's Pixar.
Masquerading.
Do you think
as
this is going to be
boys.
You think this is going to be like a Everybody Cry one, or you think this is going to be like a Monsters Inc.?
I think this will be a fun one.
Yeah.
Did when you were watching it, did the twist of they were mermaids work for you? Like were you like, oh, or were you confused?
Because I wasn't confused because I had already heard that was the thing.
I see.
Yeah.
I was confused for about 30 seconds. I mean, I figured it out at some, maybe not 30, like 10 seconds. And then I figured it out, but I was like, what went wrong? And then I went back and watched it 2 more times, and I realized it's because it took a little while to figure out who the actual people that were talking to each other were. Because they have they have a little girl, and then they have 2 little boys, and they show the main character, who I presume is Luca, talking to her a bunch.
Right.
And like as if he's formulating plots with her, and then they have him hanging out with this other boy, and so you don't know who is in the adventure or whatever for a little bit. So like there was just a moment where I was like lost on who was who, and therefore when they turned into mermaids, I was like, wait, what did I miss? Like I felt confused, and I wonder if I'm giving film school notes now to trailers. I might be, but it didn't. It was like legitimately confusing, but. I'm old.
But
you
got there.
Yeah, but like I didn't have the thing that the trailer wanted me to have, which is like, oh yeah, that's fun.
There it is.
Right, you were sort of just like, wait, what?
I was like, wait, what? Yes, I had a wait, what? Which is the opposite of what they want.
Yeah, they wanted you to be rock hard.
Oh yeah. Which, by the way, eventually, of course, like mermaids that water touches them, they turn into fish immediately.
Yeah, I love that dynamic. I love that they like just immediately turn. That I thought was fun.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Yeah.
Forgive me for bogging it down with my confusion.
No.
Yeah, man, you're fine.
Okay, thank you.
We're gonna be okay.
Yeah. Also, Luca stars the Book of Henry's Jacob Tremblay.
Oh.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, good for him. Fucking good on him. Oh, Book of Henry, great film. Adam, have you seen Book of Henry?
No, I saw you did it. We just watched.
Go check it out. Go check it out tonight. Take your waste your night just seeing Book of Henry.
Yeah,
you won't regret it.
Absorbing the Book of Henry.
Yeah.
Sounds great. I still haven't seen Tenet because everybody really.
Oh yeah, you gotta see
really
Tenet.
pissed on that movie. So I was like, well, I guess I won't watch it.
Do you gotta see Tenet?
Oh yeah, everybody's into Tenet.
I've heard it's the 6th watch where it really coalesces.
Yeah, everybody's talking about it.
That's because every movie you should have to devote fucking 18 hours to before it makes sense.
It's like I will say that we do grant that kind of license to like 4 or 5 artists at a given period of time. Like for instance, James Joyce, like he wrote the Ulysses, right? Have you guys ever read Ulysses? That ridiculous. No, of course. He wrote it to be intentionally obfuscated and so that people would study it. And it worked. Everyone's like, yeah, man, this is really
everybody's
something.
all up on it.
Yeah. And like David
So
Lynch
in a way, I won because I don't care about it.
Well, you've been winning for a lot of reasons, Dave. Surviving the Burrito was the first, but not the last.
Surviving the Burrito. Yeah. That's what my autobiography is going to be called.
Yeah. Right. And and then bury the burrito next to you. Like, so you'll have a tombstone, and then next to it is the burrito's tombstone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We finally got you. Finally got revenge.
Do you want to talk about this final trailer?
Sure.
The Vigil. This was going to be a movie that deserved more hype, and then I realized it's out like fucking today when people are listening to this. Mm-hmm. So I stuck it here because I don't know. I the reviews are good for this.
Yeah,
it
looks fine.
Yeah, it's you got to watch this dead body.
Yeah,
and then it's going to be real Autopsy of Jane Doe, I assume.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
It's got a 91% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's the thing.
That's cool.
Oh, I just looked it up. It's got a 44% from audiences. So, fuck. Who knows?
Maybe people aren't really as excited as critics are. I found out that it is a thing from a friend who I was just writing with today.
Oh yeah,
it's a thing that Orthodox Jewish people have to be buried within like a couple of days of when they die, like 1 to 3 days apparently, and like that was a thing I didn't know. So like there's like a timer on this premise, right? Like so you know what I mean? So like he has to watch it until I think.
Until it's over. Yeah,
until it's over. Right. And it's like so like maybe he has to stay up with it or something. You know?
Yeah, I think that's the idea.
I also, from the reviews, I have I think it means it's got like double meanings. I believe it's about anti-Semitism, specifically. At least from the reviews, I'm guessing that's why it's probably I'm guessing it's like it comes at night situation where it's like clearly about something, and people are like, well, just advertise it as a horror movie. And then maybe it's not exactly what it appears to be. I don't know. Critics love it. Audience, not so much. Take whatever you will from that, I guess. I don't know.
I think it's a cool idea.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a perfect creepy ass idea. Right?
Well, I mean, I remember. Yeah, I heard about this practice when I was a little kid, and it it creeped me out when I heard about it.
Yeah.
So you gotta sit in a room by yourself with a dead body,
and like they can't sleep, right? They have to stay up all night with it, right?
I think so. I'm not positive,
because that's like a key ingredient to me that made me kind of excited about it. It's like you're not allowed to sleep because something might happen.
You can't fuck them either.
Right, of course.
You can't fuck them.
No, I think that's I think that's also a no-go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty sure.
Again, I'm not positive, but
it's not my culture. I can't speak to it directly, but pretty sure.
No.
Yeah.
It's frowned upon, I think, generally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Check out the trailer to this. It's sort of a movie that deserves more hype. I don't know.
Yeah,
I honestly don't know if it's good or not. It's that weird split.
Mm-hmm. It's an interesting premise. Like I'm into that premise. So
yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Okay. Well, we got some more producers to thank.
Oh, hell yeah!
Did you guys know this?
Have you seen this?
You see this? You heard about this?
Big thank you to Thanks for having Jason Pargin on. Here's $25. Thank you. Thank you to the Midnight Patron with Patrons at Midnight. Woo. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you to Exploding Runes. Thank you. Thank you to Andrew. How? Woo. Thank you. Thank you to Vincent.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta really, Thank you to Rev MD. Thank you very much. Thank you to John Muniz. Thank you. Thank you to Wavy Rancheros.
Just hot take. It's the regular names now that kill me. It's like here's all these fucking crazy, like that Kool-Aid one is like a whole sentiment.
Right.
And then there's Freddie.
And then there's
Pete.
Right. It's like it's like a cat named Steve, you know?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh, good idea. You're good about cats, Dave. You're pretty good at cats.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, let me jump in here. Thank you to Dr. DNA.
Thank you,
Thank you to Lauren Gucci.
Thank you.
Thank you to James Rainey.
Thank you.
Thank you to Bootler Bootlison.
Bootler, thank you.
Thank you to Grumble Beat.
Thank you, Grumbles.
Thank you to Tux. Thank you to Shepherd Mulch Diggums.
Shepherd Mulch.
Shepherd Mulch Diggums, thank you. And thanks to Norm from Cheers.
Woo-hoo.
So good.
Woo!
All right, so we officially have the new Spider-Man title. We knew Home was going to be in it.
Yeah.
It's No Way Home. No other details.
Nope.
What do you guys think of this title?
It's whatever. I forget what the other ones are called. Yeah.
Homecoming, Far From Home.
Yeah.
This is the one movie where I'm like, oh, the casting decisions are interesting. because it tells you a little bit what the movie might be. But just release the Spider-Man. Just release.
Wait, what are the casting decisions?
Well, because they're bringing
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, they're bringing in all the people.
old actors from the other Spider-Man.
So I'm guessing the title is referring to him being trapped in a multiverse situation, right?
It's going to be something like that, yeah.
Yeah,
Presumably.
and he has, I don't know, no way to get home.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Or like they have, it's probably about like we need to bring, I'm guessing what's going to happen with this movie is I'm guessing it's sort of like a final like recognition of the previous Spider-Mans. So I'm guessing it's just going to be Into the Spider-Verse, but live action. Where it's like, and here we all are. We're going to hang out for a while, and then we're all going to go our separate ways into our own dimensions. Is this before or after the Doctor Strange?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not sure either, but all I can say is if Tobey Maguire didn't settle into that emo haircut in Spider-Man 3, then this whole, like, all of Marvel is stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All of it is stupid.
It's all for nothing.
That's how important that emo haircut is to me. Like the dancing haircut. That one? Oh,
yeah. Better. They might, who knows? Maybe they'll do it.
They should have just called it No Shortcut Home and then just had the Robert Tepper song playing.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Or No Direction Home and had the Bob Dylan song playing, because you know how that plays with millennials.
Yeah.
And Zeds.
Millennials love Bob Dylan.
I like my idea better. Millennials love Robert Tepper.
Yeah.
No easy way out. All right.
Well, I like your idea better too. If you're gonna sing it, I'm way in.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to this next story because I don't know. This is just
this collection
I love this
of
combination.
Words
yeah.
Just about stole my breath.
Yeah, Mila Jovovich, least surprising part of this because of where it goes, and Dave Bautista are going to star in a movie based on a George R.R. Martin story directed by Paul W.S. Anderson. That is the director of Monster Hunter,
Resident Evil, Mortal Kombat, Event Horizon. Put this movie into my veins.
I am so fucking excited.
Your reactions are incredible to me. I'm going to pick up on one thread here, and it's not the one you think it's going to be, Tom.
All right. I'm all ears.
When my father forced me to finish the food on my plate, he told me a story, which was I'm serious, that one time he was getting his hair cut, and he had a glass of milk, and like apparently hair from his haircut had fallen into the glass of milk, and his mom was like, "You're gonna finish all that milk."
Yeah.
And he had to drink that milk with the hair in it. And he was like, that's how important it is that you finish your food. It's like a thing he used to say to me when I was a kid. Yeah. And I believe that strategy, the hair and the milk strategy, needs to be used on George R.R. Martin at this point. I believe that the correct thing to do is, no, you don't get to write any more bullshit until you finish the novels you started. You finish them.
All right, this is based off In the Lost Lands, which I don't know when he wrote it. I'm wondering if it's just like, after, the what's it called? The Games of the Thrones got big. They're just like, it's one of those like, well, what else you got? And it doesn't seem like he has much else, right? Like I haven't heard of, yeah. And so he has like this piece of shit book.
Right.
I don't know. I shouldn't be mean to the book, but it's looking at the plot. It's just another fantasy. And they're like, all right, give it to W.S. Anderson. Like,
Sure.
Like it's clearly not precious enough because this is like, this is going to be like the Three Musketeers, right? That W.S. Anderson also did.
Yeah, probably.
Like
did he do that one?
Probably.
Yeah, he did one of them.
The 2011 one.
Oh,
yeah.
That's not the one I was thinking of. I was thinking of like the early 90s one with the guy that kept singing D'Artagnan.
No.
Okay.
This is about a sorceress who is like I think hired by a queen to like go to the Lost Lands with a guide, which is Bautista, and they have to fight demons. It sounds very generic. Generic fantasy.
I want you to hear what they claim this is going to do for us narratively. Okay. This fable explores the nature of good and evil, debt and fulfillment, love and loss. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. There's no fucking way it does any of those things.
I don't know. I'm very excited for this, not because I think it'll be amazing.
No, yeah.
You know what this movie needs?
Some hair in his milk. I told you what it needs.
No, it needs Nicolas Cage as the demon.
Ooh, yeah.
Like it needs. Yeah, it needs to just go bigger. It needs to be like, all right, well, let's lean into it. Because I can already like see what this is going to look like, right? You can already like picture the trailer and picture like the posters.
Yeah, I feel like Carl,
and like the CGI, and it's I can't fucking wait.
I feel like Carl Urban should be in it, right? Like,
yeah.
Carl Urban is missing right now. Like, fix that.
He's definitely missed.
Paul W.S. Anderson, we've talked about this. He knows how to make movies that make money for limited budget. So it'll probably make money. That's why he keeps making movies, because he makes a movie for like $30 million and gets back double that or whatever. Still, I want to see them like give him a Marvel film. I don't give a fuck. Give Paul W.S. Anderson a Marvel film.
Do it.
Yeah,
I'd say like Marvel films are the lowest risk thing they make in cinema now.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you're right.
Like, like
I just want to see. Like when he was making like the Mortal Kombat movie, like I want to see more of that. I want to see like, let's give Paul W.S. Anderson a major property, and be like, it's yours, man, it's yours. Show the world what you're made of.
Also, this is a very nitpicky thing, but I think it just speaks to the quality of this project. They are using the word fable incorrectly.
Yeah,
a fable is a morality play for children that usually has animal characters. It doesn't have human characters.
Well, we don't know what they're gonna look
like.
I'm just gonna put
is this movie gonna teach us why stealing is bad? Why the fuck did you use the word fable, you assholes?
It's completely possible that George R.R. Martin just wrote like 3 or 4 words on a cocktail napkin and somebody stole it.
Yeah,
and Fable was one of them.
It out the window and someone picked it up.
Like in between, like while draping himself in bear furs and shit. He just like wrote like Fable, love, debt, loss,
debt.
Yeah. I never read the Games of Thrones.
I did. Hated it.
All I know is the TV series, which ended terribly.
Yeah.
To the point that it is one of the few times where I was like, oh, I wish I never watched any of that. So like George R.R. Martin, is he like well respected as an author? Because I just think of him as the guy who can't finish the book series that was turned into a bad TV show, and that's all I got.
I would argue. He was is my argument.
Yeah, I enjoy the books. I think he's a fine writer.
Okay.
You're also being a little reductive. Like, yeah, it ended horribly, but it ended horribly with like, people all over the world. Like, it was a worldwide phenomenon for like 10 years.
It was I'm just talking about personally. My feelings on it was that when it ended, I was like, oh yeah. I wish I could not watch that.
Well,
I wish I could have never watched it.
It's very telling that like nobody's talking about that show.
It's like the Star Wars movies.
Right.
It should have been the biggest fucking thing in the world, and then it was so bad that it actually erased itself from existence. Yeah. It's like fucking Marty McFly, disappearing. Like it's that's how bad it was, and it really was that bad.
Dave, I want you to know the book. Like Tom has given you a sunny rendition of those books. Now, I don't think they're bad, but I do think there's a hell of a lot of description about what kinds of meat people eat and who they're related to. A lot of that.
There's a lot of shit that could get cut out. I mean, but I don't know.
It's fucking Moby Dick without the philosophy, man. You know what I mean? It's like contemplating coils of rope and like whale faces for like pages and pages and pages, and it's like, all right, man. I get it.
Yeah. Like I figured out reading those books. I kind of figured, and I mean, this is like kind of like basic writing too, but I like, even though like each chapter can be like 30, 40, 50 pages long, like one thing happens basically. And so I figured that out by like towards the end of book 3. I was like, oh, okay, like I get it. a thing happens in each chapter. So you can kind of skip around if you want to.
Yeah.
I found it infuriating as a person who loves classic literature. I really did find that very frustrating, especially because people were like not seeing it. You know what I mean? They were just like, "No, these books are great," and I was like, "No, they're not. What are we talking about?" Anyway, they're pretty good though.
I have one more thing I just gotta say: Dave Bautista plus Paul W.S. Anderson, perfect.
Yeah, obviously,
delicious combination.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Add Elias, and you got yourself a stew.
Yeah. Hearty man stew.
Make Soldier 2 with Batista and Elias.
Oh, fuck yes.
Soldier.
Do it.
I'm just trying to improve entertainment, and we just did that very easily. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Dave, let's watch Soldier tonight.
Okay. Fuck it. I don't care.
Ooh, I know you don't care.
Yeah. Final news story is that I guess there's a live action G.I. Joe TV series coming, and the craziest thing about it is that they're spinning off the movies.
That is weird.
The 2013 Retaliation. And it's not even that those movies are necessarily bad. It's just that it's like, look, it's rarely do I say reboot it, but reboot it. Like we don't need a continuation of that story that nobody really paid attention to. You know, like I don't think anybody could tell you what the plots of those movies are besides general G.I. Joe stuff, right?
I don't think anybody could tell you anything about G.I. Joe except for that there's G.I. Joe and there's Cobra.
Yeah.
Like it's a pretty fertile playground if you'd like to do some diversions from canon. You know?
And honestly, it's one that it's like you can see it being a hit, but it just never has been. You know, like I get why they try, because you look at Marvel and it's like, well, fucking anything, I guess. Like I think that's how studios look at these things, right? Like it feels so arbitrary, you know? Like Van Helsing, it's like, well, why not Van Helsing?
Yeah.
And then you make a Van Helsing movie and everybody's like, boo.
I mean,
all right.
I mean, there's things they never tried to do into live action spectacles that I would say maybe not another G.I. Joe. I'm only going to name joke things, but I'm just going to point out Gummy Bears, same era, never happened.
Fuck it. Yeah, why not?
Hey, what about Launchpad McQuack gets a spin-off series? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know?
But like a G.I. Joe TV series, it's like, yeah, that makes sense. I was just shocked that it's both live action because that's expensive and based off this property that I can't imagine people are like still talking about.
Yeah, I mean, they're putting out a third movie this year.
Oh, fuck yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're putting out the Snake Eyes. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Well,
oh my God, that's just for me.
You just showed why this TV exists.
No, but like we're like freaks, right? We don't actually reflect the general public. No one's pumped for a G.I. Joe movie.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You got a legit fun erection immediately when he told you there was another movie. After, like, you were in the middle of a sentence where you're like, nobody cares about those movies, and then he's like, "There's another one coming." Whoa!
I'm excited I forgot about it because I'm excited for how. Well, it's more like it's like being excited when you hear a car accident outside. It was just like, wow. They're really doing that because it's been like 10 years.
Just about, yeah. It's been a long
and no one,
time.
They're really
no one doing that.
And that movie's going to limp out to the excitement of no one.
Well, they're really colliding those cars. Huh. They didn't have to do it, but they're doing
it. They're really
it.
doing it.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Any other thoughts?
I have no idea what to say to that. You genuinely stumped me.
Okay. Well, shit. Should we move on?
Oh, but is there has the Cobra guy ever actually shown up with the mayor face?
Cobra Commander?
Yeah, has he ever showed up in any of the movies?
Yeah, he's in Retaliation.
Well, he needs to be in this TV series or it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh, no, of course he will be. They're not going to not put him in. That's like making Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and not having Shredder. It's like, yeah, you're going to have Shredder.
Like, I would say that Cobra Commander is the only thing that makes this G.I. Joe and not just Soldier Story.
I hope they have that fucking rock band, that metal band. Fuck, I forget what they're called. I keep forgetting.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
It was like a pretty sweet snake band.
Snake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cold Slither. That's the band. They're Cold Slither.
Yeah.
Yeah. A heavy metal band.
I kind of feel like G.I. Joe is a property that they should really think about putting them not in modern day. Like maybe put them in the Mad Max universe. You know what I mean?
Okay,
just let them blast Furiosa and co.
I think they need to MODOK it, honestly. I think what we need for G.I. Joe is for them to not take G.I. Joe this seriously. I think it needs to be like the A-Team movie where they were like, we know this is silly. Like, it needs to be a little sillier, right? Like, it should take place in the 80s. And have that
Bumblebee
80s sensibility. Yeah. It should be stupid and fun.
Like,
That's what they're missing, this opportunity to be like, we're connecting it with this. Like, they needed to drop those movies, and they needed to have more fun. Because they're not having enough fun.
They should let Trey Parker and Matt Stone make a G.I. Joe puppet movie, right?
Yeah.
Like, come on, what are we doing here?
What we certainly don't need is retaliation, where they're like, we're bringing in Bruce Willis. It's like, this is not the direction to go in.
Well, retaliation, I think, was.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah, it was more in the right direction than the first one was.
It's more, but I would still argue that there's like. When you're like Bruce Willis, that's like, oh, okay, we're appealing to old people, right? Like,
right.
Like this is not a property. This property doesn't need to respect the people who grew up with it anymore. It just needs to be fun and like get in a new group of people who are into it.
Those people are in their 40s or older.
Yeah,
it's like they're not going to watch this.
Yeah, they just need to have more fun with G.I. Joe. It's true that the sequel did do better, but. And I guess you could say there are jokes in those movies. They just have to do them better. Mm-hmm. Do the better jokes.
Yeah,
you know?
Do that, but like the good version.
Yeah, do it better.
Yeah, do a good one. Do a good one. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, let's thank some more producers.
Yeah,
shall
let's
we?
do that. Let's do that thing.
Okay. Thank you to Space McNulty. Thank you very much. Thank you to Hiram. Thank you to Oh Great. It's that guy. Thank you to Nolan Mayton. Thank you, buddy. Thank you to Normal Man Andrew McGuire. Thank you very much.
Not fooling anyone.
Thank you to Ozzy.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Thank you to AJ. Thank you very much. Thank you to Tip Drizzle.
Now that's a person that could be in our business.
TD. Oh yeah.
That person could be in our business. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you to Frank Lee Amish. Thank you.
Woo! All right, let me step in here. Thank you to Burrito Mouth.
Thank you.
Thank you to Mrs. Voitis.
Thank you.
Thank you to the ghost of Dave Thomas.
Thank
you to Aaron Burser.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you to
Aaron.
David Knife Boot.
Knife Boot.
Henson, MBA CPA. Thank you to Christopher Robert Sparts, Esquire.
Thank you.
Thank you to Mackenzie Righteous and the Lizard People Chill.
Yep.
Thank you to Funky J.
Yep.
And thank you to Pie Guy.
Pie Guy. Thank you.
Funky J.
Dave.
Funky J.
Dave.
Ah.
You miserable bastard.
Ah.
Do you have a movie that deserves more hype?
I do. Tom. I do.
You came back with that at the hour 40-minute mark, you monster.
Yeah, well, look, I'm sorry, everyone.
Listen,
this is
the best joke I got is kind of a toucan call. I hope you're ready for that, Tom.
I do.
It's not going to have anything to do with anything. It's perfect.
It's like birdish, like, hope you like it.
Yeah, look, it killed. Did it not kill just now?
It did kill.
It did great. I
got
the fucking comedy genius.
In your captive audience of two, it murdered. Yeah.
Okay, this movie is called The Arbors. This it looks fucking weird and interesting. This is about like kind of a loser guy who named Ethan. This is a new director. And he sees in the road a deer, dead deer, notices that something's eating it. Something's in its body and eating it. And it looks fucked up, and it's like a spider, but like a weird spider creature. And he, instead of killing it, he takes it home. He puts it in his shed, and he starts nurturing it, and this thing goes wild and starts killing people in the town, but doesn't seem to kill him. And if you watch the trailer, this fucking thing looks creepy.
Yeah, looks pretty wild.
It is hard to describe without seeing it. It's Lovecraftian, the monster.
Yeah, we also don't we don't see it totally in the trailer.
No. And from all the reviews are being like, this, you can definitely see that this is an indie film. Like that's one thing they're talked about, but they're saying like for a new director, first film, it's very impressive. And this is, by the way, coming out March 26th on VOD.
It's possible the spider is just a metaphor, right?
It's
like,
there's
possible.
layers of that.
Yeah.
People are comparing it to films like Hereditary or whatever, the movies that mean something.
Right.
But it also, I think it's real in the world. I don't think he's killing people, but I don't know. I haven't seen it, so that's just me guessing. But yeah, it definitely means like the fact that he's like kind of this weird loser guy, and the creature is like killing people he doesn't like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's his contempt.
At least at first.
At least that's what it looks like, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, and he's also got this like weird obsession with his brother and a brother who's dead, I think.
Yeah, there's a brother thing in it. There's a thing about guilt. Yeah.
Like I read one of these really lengthy reviews, and like, and also they had a teaser trailer, and in the teaser trailer there was no spider.
I noticed that the teaser trailer has no fucking spider,
which is like, okay, so this movie could be kind of a lot of different things. I'm excited about that. I'm into that.
How weird would it be if like the spider was added later? Where it's like that's how optional the spider is. I don't think that's the case. But the teaser trailer definitely was like, we don't need to tell you about the spider, apparently. Which is weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that was for like people going into festivals or something because they wanted to have that surprise. You know? Like if you went to see Predator, not knowing Predator was in it.
Which would be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Because you could realistically not know, and then you just get to a certain point, you're like, wait, are we really doing this?
Wait, is this what it is? Is this happening? Whoa.
Whoa, my God.
Look at those. What?
For everybody out there with children, show them Predator without telling them what Predator is.
Yeah.
Do that to your child, and they will love you forever.
Mm-hmm. It's worth it. That's one of the only reasons to have children.
I can't wait in 20 years when you have like a 17-year-old.
I am not having a child.
Yeah,
Adam.
you are, Dave. Oh, it's going to be so fucking good. And then like,
no.
He's going to, you know what he's going to be like? He's going to be like a guy who loves rules.
I can't even get pregnant, Adam.
Well, that's fixable. That's science. Mm-hmm. Science can fix that. Trust me.
Yeah.
I can't wait, Dave. I really can't wait.
Sure.
You know what? What occurred to me about this? We haven't really gotten the jaws of spiders. You know
we have arachnophobia.
That's not a good movie, dude. That is not a good movie.
I like arachnophobia, but I wouldn't classify it as the jaws of spiders.
Yeah, I know. Here's what arachnophobia did that other spider movies don't. That more spider movies should do. Arachnophobia knew like they don't really need to make the spider that big. They do have a big spider in it, but most of the spiders are just spiders.
Right.
Because it's like,
like
why?
Itsy-bitsy,
there's
right?
no need to. Yeah, need to fucking. No, Itsy Bitsy is a big ass spider.
Yeah, but like not too big. That was the balance of Itsy Bitsy. Was it's like a spider that's like the size of
a terrier,
a dog.
Because the thing
one of Dave's
are,
burritos. Yeah.
The things that yes, God, yeah. The thing that freaks us out about spiders, or one of the things, is that we can't fucking find them. That they're hiding, that they'll pop down from the ceiling. So like that's I don't know. And this movie, by the way, seems to have that a little bit. It's not going to be the jaws of spiders, but this creature seems to be like hidden.
And it's big. It's like Itsy Bitsy, where it's big, but it's not like a size of a car. It's like
which is creepier.
Even Lord of the Rings didn't really deliver on the memorable spider enough,
right?
That it feel like when I read the Lord of the Rings books, the spider in it was like, oh my God, and the movie was they did a good job, and I've seen a lot of good movies with monster spiders in it, but they just never. It's never the Jaws one, right? Where it's like, man, making a shark movie is for idiots now because this movie rules.
Here's the thing: we don't really have the Jaws of many animals, right?
It's fair.
Because what would be the Jaws of spiders? Is the spiders killing a bunch of people in a town and they have to hire like a spider guy to like, which again is actually what arachnophobia does.
Yeah, you can see how easy it is to write, Dave. You're right. If that's the point you're making, you can see how easy it is to write.
But like Jaws, it's sort of like Jaws came and went. I think, all right, Jaws is amazing. Director's amazing. It also has added on top of the fact that it's a good movie. I don't want to make it seem like this is the only reason, but added on top of it, it was also the first movie to do killer shark. Really, like modern blockbuster. Like it had that advantage, right?
It was
where
also
it was
the
like
first
also
blockbuster. It's
yes.
that too.
Yeah.
But to counterpoint what you're saying just a little bit, it also succeeds largely by not seeing the shark.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not saying that's the main thing. It's just that it does have that added sweetener where it's like you can only kind of make a movie like Jaws once, and then everything else people will be like, well, it's Jaws, but not as good.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the right concept to make a spider movie. Like maybe spiders are the wrong.
All right, I got it.
Monster. I don't know.
There's like a spider creature out there in the city, and the main character is running a newspaper company, and he just wants pictures of it. And he's like, "Get me pictures of this Spider-Man."
The spider.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we need.
That sounds pretty good. I mean, I think the scariest thing about spiders is finding that they're on you already.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're looking around, you're like, that spider's already on me.
I find spiders a little cute, because I think there's something hilariously creepy about them. Like when something's that creepy, it's kind of funny. You know what I mean?
Right. That's a real zombie baby idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't we ever need zombie babies? Like that. Like I don't mean to totally derail. I'm just saying like that's a thing that nobody needs, but like some weird ass person's like that's the thing we have to do. That's what this take is, Dave. This take is the zombie babies of spiders, I think.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know what that means, but I believe
I don't know,
you.
but I'm going to end the conversation.
Right. Yeah. Check out the Arbors.
That's my
Everybody
fault,
check
Dave.
out the Arbors.
It's
check
my
out
fault.
the trailer.
Check out the Arbors, and that is a sode.
Woo! Woo!
Oh man, we did it. We did it, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
Adam.
Hey.
Thank you.
Thanks for being on.
Hey, you guys know I love you. Anytime. Had a great time as always. We didn't quite get to the 2-hour mark, which is sort of always our goal, Dave.
Yeah, I mean we could go for 20 more minutes.
No, we really can't. Adam, what do you got? What do you got to plug? What do you
I've got
going
19 minutes of plugs. So if you know me, you know that I am hosting many podcasts on the Small Beans Network, including I'll Show You Mine If You Show Me Yours, which you can be a producer of if you really like it, with Maggie May Fish, which is about media and movies. Also, One-Upsmanship with my boy Mike Swain, which we talk about video games. And and finally, Director Piece Theater with the beautiful Abe Epperson, the ultimate Sunday boy.
I was just looking at looking with my ears at fucking the Demolition Man episode.
Yeah, eye hearing.
Fucking great.
Yeah. I liked that was Abe brought that, and I'd never seen it before. It was pretty great. Anyway,
that's incredible.
It really is. Director Piece Theater is where Abe and I discuss the filmmaking techniques of filmmakers who are making blockbuster movies. So if you like any of those things, check them out. Otherwise, once in a while I drift through this feed, so it's possible you might run into me again. Totally possible.
I'm sure people are familiar.
Yeah,
you
particularly if they're not careful.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm a real fucking trap. I'm a real trap of a guy.
Dave, why don't you tell them what we've got going on?
Yeah, I'll do that. We have a Patreon, patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. On there, we have exclusive podcasts. In fact, we have 2 a week. For $5 a month, you can listen to Tom and Jeff Watch Batman and Fox Mulder is a Maniac. They're terrific shows. You know, I'm unbiased, so I can say that. We also watch movies with our patrons every Friday night. That's a tier. That's tonight.
It is.
The night this comes out.
Be watching Soldier.
We'll probably be watching Soldier,
I like
and I want to
Soldier.
say the two Michael Bay Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm just going to call it now.
We'll
and
see.
Soldier.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I'm lobbying hard for any movie Carrot Top's appeared in.
Okay, chairman of
Yeah.
the board.
Yeah.
There it is. So right
that
there.
really
Yeah.
feels like it belongs. So
We also have a store, tpublic.com/store/gamefully unemployed, where you get t-shirts, masks, mugs, stickers, posters, all kinds of stuff. So check that out.
Check it out.
Check it out.
can they get coveralls with our faces on it? Because that's
Not
what
yet,
they need.
but we're working on it.
Yeah, that's what they need. Maybe a pickle, just some overalls with a pickle
One
on it.
loose pickle.
A loose pickle.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Oh yeah.
All right. Say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye. Our music is produced by Chris Corlew. You can follow him on Twitter at @thecorlew, Corlew, and find more music at shipwreckedsailor.bandcamp.com. Our artwork is produced by Justin Brown. You can follow him on Twitter at @JustinTBrown, and find more of his artwork at artnessbyjustinbrown.com and justinbrown.info.